Welcome back, guys. We're at it again. Yes, that's right. I have changed the podcast name yet again. Third time is a charm. Talking Taboo with Tara. I'm going to be talking with people that are telling their stories that are unfiltered. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast.
Welcome to the Talking Taboo with Tara podcast, where Tara presents the unfiltered interviews with guests about today's taboo topics. And now here's your host, Miss Tara.
Relationship thing really fucked you up, huh? Because that's why you scream, I'd rather pull my dick out than my heart out.
Yeah.
I'm quoting you on that one.
Yeah. Who can blame me? Who? What human can blame you? A person that hadn't experienced shit in their life? Maybe. Or don't know.
What did she do to you?
Or don't know about that life? I don't think it's solely her. It's just where it started. You know, when you invest something hardcore into somebody and you spend years and it's just somebody just decides they don't want to fuck much anymore, you're just last priority. It's when you go to hold somebody to the same standards they hold to you, that's when it becomes a problem.
All right.
You know, I feel like there's so many deflective ways and reasons to why it's just not worth getting into. I don't think I'm meant to be monogamous. You do want that. So what's your reason for wanting that?
I crave it.
What do you crave?
The other half.
Why?
Of me. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I could make it go away.
I have been there before, for sure.
You've craved your other half?
It's never happened, yeah. So I'm craving something that don't exist, so I just let it go. And now
it does exist.
I don't know how to reverse what I've healed. I've healed myself to not. It's not that I'm blocking it. I basically dismantled what would allow me to do it by default. So now I just don't want to do it. It makes it so easy. I just don't want it.
So you want to be alone for the rest of your life?
Possibly.
See, I don't.
I just want somebody to hang out with.
I want that too.
I want somebody to be fun, so on and so on. But the minute you put a label on it, the problems start. It's been like that my whole life. It really has.
I see where you're coming from. I do.
So it's just, is it worth it? You know, it's harder to get out than it was getting in. You can argue till the cows come home. That's the truth.
Wow, you're so stubborn.
No, I'm telling you the truth. It's harder to get out than it is getting in.
It's your way of thinking. It shouldn't.
You can't help the truth. You either speak the truth or you can live in a dream world. It's easy for a female to sit there and say they want to live the fantasy.
It's not a fantasy. I crave a reality.
You crave a fantasy.
No, because I'm going to make it a reality. See, that's the difference between me and you. I know it's reality because my body craves it. My mind craves it. My heart craves it. I know it's out there.
I think everybody wants love. That's natural.
Everybody wants love.
It's a trade-off, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I don't feel like the trade-off is worth it. If you invest your emotions...
What are you trading off? Well, your emotions, your feelings,
you can lose
your
identity.
heart?
Like, I like to be able to do what I want. You know, that's just me.
I get that. Me too.
You know, and that does suck because you do have to pick one way or the other. If you're, you know, compromised. You got to spend time with the person. You got to be around, and that's expected. That's what I would expect too. If I'm taking somebody to that level. If I'm into somebody, I feel like maybe I get attached a little too hard. And that pushes people away ultimately.
That's why you stay so standoffish?
I don't want to be a creeper. I don't want to be accused of just wanting one thing all the fucking time. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But it's just all these assumptions comes up front, and it's like, well, guess what? You're not getting any of it. So you say what you want. Because if somebody else is not willing to do something, somebody else is. There's always that other person who is okay.
But is that person as good as the other person? Is that person is going to make you laugh, make you...
Sometimes. I've had more fun with somebody who doesn't love me. They're honest. There's no hiding nothing. If they're still talking to their ex, they just...
Have you ever had friendship before you had relationship?
With a female, you mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
You've had friendship before relationship. Like you've been friends with that person for a
And
period
then had
of
a relationship? Yes.
and then had a relationship. How did that work?
And those are people I would still talk to today. I've had a lot of good breakups, and that's crazy because I haven't had a bunch of bad ones. It's just circumstantial, and I feel like
It's funny because I still talk to all my exes too.
yeah, none of my exes have anything bad to say about me neither. Compatibility a lot of times. I know that I can't have my cake and eat it too, because you're either going to be single, be free, be lonely a little bit, deal without what's your heart's asking you to do, like yourself. Your heart's hungry for it. Okay,
Craving.
I've been there. I have been there, and I ran out of that mode where those nights laying in bed, borderline crying or just borderline fucking lost, like
Lonely.
nobody wants me. You know, you go through those stages. I go through those stages where like nobody decent wants me. It's always some shitbag who has a bad attitude, who can't get off their ex, or they can't do this, can't do that. It's always something if I happen to like them. And the ones that like me are particularly the ones I just don't like. That's really to sum it up. It just don't work out. And if I get lucky enough and it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true.
Really? You think
Yeah.
that? See,
You don't understand.
your way of thinking
No,
is just
you haven't
boggles my
been where I've
mind.
been. How would you know?
I've been a lot of places, babe.
I've been around more than you. I guarantee it.
You think?
I guarantee it. No, you've had long relationships before. My longest was 3 years. A lot of girlfriends, a lot of fuck buddies,
Me
a
too.
lot of one night stands.
Me too.
Just telling you.
Me too.
I'm a retired player.
Me too.
I enjoy the buzz. I enjoy
I
not
did.
giving a fuck. I enjoy not
I did, not
giving
anymore.
a woman the power to hurt me and they can't do it. I like when they can't do it and they're pissed about it.
And that's why you're 47 and single. Because you're scared.
I chose that way, and I'm not even
scared.
46 yet, by the way.
Oh, God. You keep correcting me. Because I'm 47. Okay, 46.
Yeah. It's not a bitter thing. It's just I enjoy it.
I enjoy being single too. But my body still craves that person.
I crave the first 3 months of a relationship.
Oh, you crave the honeymoon stage.
Yeah, when it's good.
When-
Start doing this to me and, telling our friends, oh, you're hovering me. Then it's time to ghost.
Wait a minute.
That's where the ghosting comes in.
Who tells you
When I
you're
take a
hovering
back
me?
seat, that's when I start ghosting.
Wait a minute. When who says who's hovering? I'm lost.
Well, I was kind of role playing that one.
I know. That's why I was like, who's who here?
When it gets to the point where, and I'm not putting a timeline on it, but it does have a average-ish timeline. Let's say 2 to 6 months is really going to test out if it's going to go a distance of some kind, whether it just be a few years, whether it be longer than that. The first 2 to 6 months will decide that, because if you can get past that, you guys still get along, you're very compatible, you love them nights on Netflix, and you like the nights going out too. When those two things can work out, and let's say they stay working out and there's no interruptions from the family, there's no interruption from your girlfriend that you're taking advice from, and she's single for a fucking reason, you shouldn't be taking her advice because that bitch is single and lonely and pissed off and can't get what you're getting, and she's trying to sabotage it. Let me tell you something, ladies. If this fucking thing is still recording right now, quit listening to your fucking friends. They're miserable, and they want you to stay miserable with them. They don't want to be miserable alone, but if you got ones that are dictating your thought process or what you want to do,
Right.
they're not your true friends.
No.
And girls and fellas, don't take advice from a woman on relationships. Don't take advice from a woman on anything, sex and all.
Really?
To heart.
Fuck you.
Notice how I ended that with
Yeah.
heart.
After I
No.
tilted my head and looked at you like you're fucking
Not,
crazy.
maybe not the sex part. Maybe you
Because
could take
I
their
know what
advantage
the
there.
fuck I'm talking about.
But relationship advice and like how to attract a woman and do all that stuff. If a girl's giving a guy advice, they're going to tell you everything you shouldn't do. And they're going to tell you to do those things. To be nice. To be too gentlemanlike. Because then you're going to become too nice. You're going to look desperate. You're going to look simpish and insecure, controlling, and all the other fucking things that
you
keep
are
coming
just
up
so in your head.
with. You think I'm just making this up?
Kind of. I mean,
Do you get out much?
you let anything fate?
Why is it so unheard of that somebody just wants to be single? Why is that so odd?
It's not odd.
There's plenty of women like that. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. Why don't you go ask them that? Ask them why they're being so selfish and they don't need a man around.
Well, I can answer that.
Huh?
Because most of them are bums and
I'd
they just
rather
want to
be
live.
single. I don't need no fucking
I can
man.
answer that for you.
Right.
Because they're bums and they want to live off of a woman that is independent and has something. A lot of them do. I've had a lot of them do it to me.
Why the fuck is a woman even messing with a guy like that in the first place? She's
Attention.
to blame.
Yeah.
She's
attention.
to blame if she can't fucking raise her shit. Let me tell you about a woman who's doing something like that.
She don't know her worth either.
Probably 'cause she ain't don't have no worth. Because if she can't mention one thing other than sex, what she has to offer, then she ain't worth no more than that. Anybody listening to this right now, answer the question. What do you have to bring to the table other than sex? And don't mention sex. What are you going to say? I'll support my
What
man.
do you say
he
to
don't
that
need
question?
your support if you're attracted to him in the first place.
What do you say to that question if somebody asks you, what's your worth? What do you say?
I don't even know why that's a saying to a human. Worth? Are we talking about financial? Are we talking about...
That's what I...
What's the worth?
Well, you just sat there and said if you don't know what you bring to the table...
Well, that's what I insinuate what worth is.
That's what I'm saying. What is it? I'm asking you.
Like, a man can bring a lot of things to the table, but a woman can't explain that the same way a man can, because a man has to accomplish a fuck ton more than a woman does to attract a woman than it does a man to attract to a woman. I'll sum that up in a very small phrase. A man has no problem falling in love with a girl who has no experience, hasn't accomplished shit in her life, but she's very humble and sweet, versus a boss lady with a fucking narcissist attitude. All day long. That's the secret, ladies. If you're listening, nobody gives a fuck if you're a boss lady. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. You know why? This guy's like, well, that's just the way of life for us. It's not impressing me at all. Because number one, I don't need you either. You know what I mean? That's the truth. I know.
There's a lot of men out there too.
Men don't fucking care about that unless he's a beta male. He wants you to be the one that leads. And when the door gets kicked in, you go grab the gun and go downstairs. You know what I mean? So, you could say that I'm just thinking this stuff in my head.
I'm just wondering if you're sexist or what.
No. No, I'm secure with who I am, and I'm not going to give somebody power to bring me down, and I just want what I want, and I don't want what I don't want.
Well, that's good. Very well said.
Yeah, it's a good way to sum it up.
Very good way.
And you know what I'm saying? It's not just it sounds like I'm being negative or something like that, but I have my reasons, and
I just think that you're so closed off to any possibilities, though, because you're so set in your ways.
You lose your identity in a relationship. I was once told that by my ex-boss. She was a female. I had a small crush on her, just visually. I didn't like her attitude.
She's right in a
I just
way.
thought she was attractive. She's like, I don't want to date. She told me that. Like,
she's right in a way, though.
She is. She's like, I don't want to lose my identity. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And I didn't know. I didn't know what she meant.
Because you lose a piece of yourself when you give your piece of yourself to someone else.
Well, that, and plus, when you have a significant other, especially the older we get, you're going to spend 90% of your time with that person. So there's less going out with the girls. There's less going out with the guys. There's less this, that, and the other. So, and then that comes with compromise, obviously, unless you both don't mind beating up each other's ass. Sometimes I used to like that. I liked being up my girl's ass, and I liked her up my ass.
What changed? Being single?
Patterns. Just patterns. Being single, yeah, it's just much greater. I'm just so used to flaky people and people that are bullshitters. Nobody's serious no more. I mean, that's not everybody. I just think most people are just not serious. They don't take it serious. So I pity the world that you're in, looking for what you're looking for.
And I pity you for being so close-minded.
You shouldn't.
I do.
You shouldn't.
I do.
You should pity me if I'm stuck with some girl I fucking hate and I can't get off her because I love her. But she treats me like dog shit and she won't stop
I've been
talking to her
there.
exes.
I've been there. Been there. Love is blind.
So you still talk to your exes,
No.
right?
I do not talk to that ex anymore, no. That one I do not talk to
If you're in a
anymore.
relationship with some guy, he's not going to want you doing that. So you have to say goodbye to every ex you ever had.
No, I do not talk to them now. Like, if I see them out, I'm cordial with them. Like, there's no bad blood, no negativity, stuff like that. That's what I mean. I don't physically talk to them now. No.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we left on good terms. I could still walk up to them and say, hi, how are you? And we could be cordial with each other.
Well,
no bad blood.
We'd all rather have that than,
but
high school we would have handled that different,
Right. But as an adult now, I don't talk to any of my exes. I don't want anything to do with my exes. They're an ex for a reason. That's how I see it.
I don't know. I just wish I didn't have such the bad juju in relationships that I do.
I wish that you wasn't so negative towards relationships too, though. Like, the way you talk about a relationship is like you never want to be in one ever again. You never ever, you're just so closed off to it. Is the best way I can put it. I'm open to it because that's what my body's craving. And you said your body did at one time.
Yeah. I did it one time, yeah.
I can't start myself off from wanting that. I know I'm going to find it.
If you never find it, you'll...
I know I'm going to find it.
Swinging at it.
I'm not even looking for it. That's the thing.
And usually,
it'll find me when it's ready.
It's backwards. Usually, this whole thing is backwards.
What do you mean?
And the general consensus, most women these days are, once again, going by, I'm independent, don't need a man, want to be single. I love my single life. Shit.
No, I don't.
I got a fucking dildo at home. I got my own car and apartment. Shit.
Nope.
What do I need a man for? What?
Because I need one.
But why do women fuck it up for themselves? So many women...
Men self-sabotage, too. Don't sit there and say just women.
Not as clear as much as women do.
Bullshit.
I mean, come on, there's a big margin on that.
Bullshit.
Men are very simple creatures. If a woman can't satisfy a man, that woman's fucking retarded. Look how much a guy has to do to keep a woman... or attract a woman from the start. Let's start there. What do you have to do? What do you have to do to impress a guy? Sit there? Be able to talk?
Some bitches can't even hold a halfway decent conversation.
We have no drama. We don't have no ex around. We make 5 to 6 figures a year.
So look, you're just
I'm driving.
shelling out money?
Tall. I'm tan. I'm big dicked. I'm smart. I'm handsome. This all has to be fed out to get that perfect man.
Okay.
You just got to exist.
And
it's been that way your whole life.
Oh my God.
You got dick pics coming your way. I don't have no pussy pics coming my way.
I guess if he wasn't so closed off, maybe you could get some.
Huh?
If he wasn't so closed off, maybe you could get some.
I can get some closed off or not. I get more pussy closed off than I do on.
Do you really?
Fuck yeah. I can get more
You get more pussy being a dick than you did.
I can get more sex.
You get more
single.
dick. I'm sorry. You get more pussy being a dickhead than you do being nice,
no,
don't you?
I'm saying I can get... No, because that's you saying that.
I'm just asking it.
See, we don't see eye to eye.
I'm trying to figure this out because you said you was a player.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're not into relationships whatsoever except for fucking.
And you're like, well, that's why you're single at 46, 47. Yeah,
because you're closed-minded.
Choice.
Yeah, but you're also closed-minded.
I don't.
You
don't understand. I've already been open-minded most of my life before I got closed-minded. It's not like I was always closed-minded. I gave it a chance. I gave the single life, trying to get a relationship, a chance over and over and over. People lie. I've always had a liar.
Me too.
I've always had one that puts their best foot forward in the beginning. Remember, we were talking about the honeymoon stage when you first get together and fall in love. That's the best part. But we all know 100% it's not going to stay that way because that's the beginning. That's the best part. What I'm going to fall in love with in the end is after that 6 months to a year. Are you still going to be that way? Are you still going to be fucking trustable? Are you still going to fuck me as much? Or am I just going to be a chore? Or somebody to go run the garbage for you? I don't want to fucking be that guy. Guess what? Now I'm stuck with all these bills that I got to split. And I got to do this, this, and this. That wasn't my obligation before, but now it is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Much more. You all upgrade in a relationship. We have to downgrade. As negative as it sounds, it's the truth.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You want to go pound for pound? Tell me what you're sacrificing. And I'll tell you what I'm sacrificing if I get into one.
What? Okay, what? If I choose to get in a relationship with someone,
women upgrade.
I have to, I have to uproot my kids.
How you going to uproot your kids?
if I have
They're
to
not
move.
going anywhere. Are you moving in with the guy, or is he moving in with you?
We're doing something because we're in a
So
relationship.
you're upgrading. Finally got a piece of the pie, right? So now you're moving up into his place.
No, we would be getting our own place.
Together.
Yeah.
So is it an upgrade?
I'm living in a house. He's living with two.
Women typically don't date it.
So right now, I'm living in a house. You're living with two roommates.
Yes.
So you would be upgrading. Just
how do you know that?
Because you said you're living in a you're renting.
Women don't date men who make less than them by tradition. So getting a house probably be more on my income than yours. You're upgrading, sweetheart.
Oh my God.
You're getting the guy to play the part and everything. I can't go out no more. I can't spend the money on myself. I can't leave cars in the driveway and work on them if I want. But guess what? You're getting a better home now. You got somebody playing the part.
And you got someone cooking and cleaning and fucking you
like
and doing
I need
all
that. Like I need any of it. I've been cooking and cleaning my fucking self my whole life.
And fucking yourself and not being
and
lonely
and
not being lonely and
but
having
listen,
someone to
I can
confide
fuck a girl
in,
and not
having
have to
someone
do
to
any of
talk
that.
to. No, you can find someone to fuck. That's it. You
That's
don't have
not
someone
hard
to
to do.
confide in and
not hard to
share your secrets with. And
yeah, and that's the very tools you give someone to destroy you. Secrets. It frustrates you, I know, because no guy is able to put it.
No, because you're right. That's why it frustrates me.
I know.
It makes me so fucking mad because you're right.
I know, but as I'm telling you this, none of this is to piss you off.
But you're right. That's why it makes me mad.
I don't want you to be mad at me, though.
I'm not mad
I want
at you.
you to know
I'm
that
mad at the fucking
I'm able
point
to
that
word
you're
it right because other men don't know how to fucking say it right.
It makes me mad because you're right.
It sucks. There's nothing cool about it. There's nothing cool.
But then
that
again,
I
I
have
think
to
you're
think the
wrong.
way I think, but it
sucks the way you think. I don't like the way you think. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
It's not an attention thing either.
I don't
really
like
isn't.
the way you think.
It sucks. It don't suck, but it sucks. It sucks because I know too much. I wish I didn't know too much. Sometimes knowledge is power.
Faith or hope either. Like
where's the hope? Women, listen. Women and men. Let's stop categorizing and say women. Men and women. Men fuck it up too. People are telling on themselves every day through reels, social media, videos, live videos, podcasts, whatever. People are fucked up. Men and women. Everybody's fucked up.
No one's perfect.
Nobody's to be trusted these days for long term. I feel like I don't know. How am I going to word this? I feel like once again, love's temporary, and then that's why marriage doesn't work in the modern day. People change.
I don't believe that.
Change.
I don't believe that.
What if you got with a guy? Well,
we
already
all
know.
are
Your
meant
kids don't even
to
want you dating first and foremost.
Fuck you.
You already got a fucking hurdle to go through. So start there.
I think that my kids don't want me to date because they know I'm doing so well by myself. They know I'm not having someone hurt my feelings. They don't see me cry, stuff like that.
But if you find the right one, you upgrade.
Why do you keep calling it a fucking upgrade? Why the fuck do you think it's a fucking upgrade? You don't think you're going to upgrade when you meet somebody else? You think you're going to downgrade?
I'm not going to have somebody tell me how to spend my money. I'm not going to have somebody say, when you coming back, what are you going to do? Who's you with? Why do you care?
If you
fuck me once a week. What do you care?
If you're trustworthy, they wouldn't be asking you that. If you built trust in that person, they wouldn't be asking you those questions.
That's if. Once again, not everybody trusts either. Don't act like you've never heard of an insecure person before or somebody who don't trust you.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Somebody that's... Well, I guess like my father. I'm a son of somebody who wouldn't let my mom use the bathroom by her fucking self nearly. The only
controlling freak.
Controlling freak, yeah. And I don't have that. I've never controlled a female in my life.
I've had a couple of them, and they're not something I want to be with, and I go my own way. When you start controlling me, I don't have nothing for you. I don't like to be controlled.
Well, that's if you let someone control you. Don't let somebody control you.
That's what I'm saying. They tried. They tried to control me.
I hate
don't
when
work
a
like
woman
that.
has ever, if I like women sometimes have popped off out of their neck and say something. Well, you're being controlling or you're being insecure. What? Why do women just throw that around so easily? Insecure, controlling, creeper.
I've never used the
Stalker.
word creeper. You use
I ain't
it a
talking about
lot.
you.
But I'm saying you use it a lot. Like, you don't want to be a creeper. What's a
Women
creeper?
invented this fucking word. Right?
What's a creeper?
A
I don't
creeper is
have
just a guy
female
hitting on
friends.
you. That's what a creeper is.
I mean, I have Kelly, Tammy, who's out of state.
This might be the taboo show, but what I'm saying is not taboo. Okay? Guys are going through some real shit in these days trying to approach a woman without looking like that. Everybody's a fucking creeper these days.
I think women are using that word too loosely.
Too much. Yes, too much.
Too loosely.
And
it's younger girls
you're
mainly.
You're weird, or you're being weird, or you're, stalkerish, Okay, the new Snow White movie.
That's young bitches. That's all young bitches.
Girls our age are acting that way, too.
I've never seen no one act that way. No one my age.
Go to Gahanna Pub. They're all over.
Well,
they all fucking.
Apparently, you need to stay out of there.
That's
then.
where they have their seance. That's just the one spot.
I used to play darts there.
That place just went downhill. Snow White, the new movie. What's that stupid bitch they put on there? She's not all that great looking. New Snow White. Well, she's like, we're going to change the storyline up a little bit. Yeah, Snow White's just going to be doing her own thing now. She's not going to be waiting for her love. Weird. He's weird. Stalker. Yeah, I saw it all over the fucking the reels and TikTok and shit. Yeah. I don't know what rock you're under, but have you ever heard of woke?
I fucking hate that.
Okay. Fuck woke. Whoever's listening to this, if you're woke, change the fucking channel.
Yeah.
If you're agreeing with what I'm saying, then you're gonna like this podcast.
Yeah, the whole woke bullshit is just bullshit.
So, this is just the woke. This portion of the woke that I'm speaking of is how the narrative towards men, shaming men, are creeper or not, because they've made it sound like no matter what happens, this guy's a potential creeper. Now, if the guy's at the street corner and he looks over at a female at the intersection, and you see that, oh God, I got a creeper looking at me. Well, maybe just fucking checking you out, for goddamn sakes,
Right.
Men don't want to approach women no more. We just don't want to. And this is another thing. This is a growing trend. This ain't something I created, wanting to be single. This is something that's being the narrative is starting to go across the board because women are on TikTok bitching now. Why don't men want to commit anymore? They just don't want to commit. Maybe start listening to what we got to say a little more. We'll tell you, but you don't want to listen. Because women think on emotion, we think on logic. And it's two different things. That's why sometimes, if you're thinking on the basis of emotion, it can be blurring out what's important besides logic. Like marriage, it's the worst contract you can sign. And men think logic, like business. It's the worst contract you can sign. What motherfucking paperwork should I sign saying if this don't work out, which most likely it probably won't, this is 2025, then I'm going to put everything I worked for my whole life on the line. So someone I can fucking hate can take it all from me.
You know they make prenups,
that bitch
right?
I was with would have done the same thing if I would have let her have the keys. Because I bought her a ring, and I never proposed to her. But I bought her the ring. That's how far she made it. A white gold with natural diamonds in it. It's the kind of shit that I sell in my store now. She got it, and she refused to give it back when we broke up. It was a gift to her, and legal insist it's true.
No.
You can't Indian give.
No. Engagement rings are to be given back if you say no.
Well, she refused to give it back to me.
You can take her to court and get it.
It's been 13 years. Too late. Statute of limitations. I'm sure there's some stupid fucking blanket law that you can't do it civilly. It's a civil case, not a criminal case. So, and I do know the difference of that since I worked in a law firm in collections, and they gave me a little bit of knowledge. But anyway, that's I guess that trade helped me understand a few things too. So anyway, marriage is a business. It's supposed to be the eyes of God. You guys commit to each other, thick and thin, sickness through health. You guys stick it out. There's nobody doing that no more, and it's a bad contract. And more so, and you can deflect me what you want. it's worse for the guy. It always is.
That's why they make prenups.
Well, whatever you guys gain together.
Yeah. What's so wrong with gaining together? That's what a couple is supposed to do.
I don't see a problem with it, but like most women seem to have a problem with the prenup when they hear that. They're like, oh, what? You don't trust me? Well, no. As soon as you said that, no.
Because I expect the person I'm getting with to sign a prenup because what I have before the marriage is mine, and it's going to stay mine.
Right. You would want to protect your home and 2 acres, right?
Correct.
So why does a woman freak out when a guy says that? Because he wants to protect this
because shit. They want what they have. I don't want what they have. I want to build with somebody. That's the difference. I don't want what somebody else has. I want to build with somebody. I want our own stuff together. That's the difference between me and somebody else. Building with somebody else. That's hard to find.
Well, hopefully you find that.
I will. I know I will.
I still have things I want to do in my life that's going to keep me from wanting to be in one, even if I wanted to be in one. Because I still wanted to live a little bit of a nomad life for a little while. Why I'm not...
Dude, you're almost 50.
That's the perfect time. That's the perfect time.
You kill me.
I'm confused.
You're almost 50.
Do you realize that most people who are nomads are fucking senior citizens?
I don't even know what nomads is.
See,
I'm just thinking...
in
my mind, I'm just thinking, like, you just give up. You just gave up, right?
I'm living my life.
You've been living your life.
I'm not looking at a time clock no more. I own my vehicles. I owe nobody nothing but the fucking rent I pay.
Right.
And my phone bill. And my insurance and the shit that I have to pay. You know, the shit that I have to pay.
Every month bills. I get that.
That keeps me enjoying my life. I got to pay that stuff. So,
right.
You know, and have a place to keep myself clean cut and do my thing. But in the end, I'm not too old to be a nomad and travel the country before I get too old. This is the point why I want to do it now. It's because someday I'm going to be too old to do it, and I don't want to be with Hello Kitty slippers on and trying to hump the nurse's leg. Like, you know what? I wish I would have fucking traveled. I didn't listen to myself. Now I'm too fucking old to do anything. And I married some fucking wench who's out there fucking the young pool boy while I can't feed myself. That's how it is.
Why couldn't you find someone that likes to travel too? Why couldn't you find someone you can make money together?
Why can't I? I don't know. Why can't I? Where are they at? Most women want a homestead. They don't want to do that. There's not a lot of women who want to live like that. And it's not permanent anyway. I told you. I said I want to do it for a few years.
Right.
I wanted to live where I'm at the time, in my camper, working my online auctions and shit, and hitting different parts of the country and find collectibles and selling them where I'm at, hitting the post office and pinching them out and going to the beach and getting that margarita. Sounds like the life to me.
It's been a dream of mine. I'm not going to lie.
Where are you at? You fucking some other bitch. You're 10 minutes late. I got dinner. It's getting cold. You're pissing the kids off. You told them you were going to watch Pokemon with them.
You're not having any kids. You're done.
It's an example.
I know, but that's over and done with the kids thing.
Thank God.
Now you're just...
Because I didn't want that either. I didn't want that either. I never had kids.
I know.
And that one was... I would rather risk marriage than have a kid. But if I would have had a kid, I wish I would have done it years ago with your kid's age.
Yeah.
You know, they're teenagers. That's a good time. You know, they're turning into adults soon. And
right.
Now you feel like you can talk to them on a level and not...
I do.
Come on, honey. You're not doing that no more.
No.
It's, you know...
I talk to them like adults.
You got one that's 14.
Yes, young adults. I talk to them like they're young adults.
And yeah, as well you should. As well you should, because...
I'm teaching them lessons.
To understand humor, adult humors, and adult gestures, and how to respect people, give them mutual respect up front. I feel like that's highly important if I was a parent. And I'll tell you one thing, and this ain't a subject changer, it's kind of off to the side, but like every girl I was with that did have kids said I was great with them.
That's nice.
All of them.
My kids are so good. I've never really had to discipline them, be mean to them, spank them. My kids are very well behaved. They've never thrown tantrum tantrums. They've never acted out in public. They're perfect. Like, I got blessed. I'm not going to fucking lie. I got fucking
you know what you
blessed.
did? You was being a mom. That's what you did.
Apparently.
If you wasn't, they'd be out there fucking stealing your car in the middle of the night.
I did something right. I got to say that I did something right. Because my kids are very good.
Same with my mother. She'd say the same about me. I was hard to raise. I was kind of a hoodlum hellion at the time. But my mom would be so confused by that because I was kind of the bad boy somewhat, but I was a good kid. I wasn't getting in serious trouble. They'd say, your son's so nice. He comes over and asks to use the bathroom. He asks politely if you need something to drink. Just like when I asked you, do you have a soda? This is all embedded into me being asked. It's not me just doing.
Yeah, you ask for before you grab or you get.
When
yeah,
I'm in your
I was
private
taught that
space,
way.
this is your safe place. This building right here on this land. You know, this is what you consider your home. You're going to be selective who you let pass the door, clearly. So when I've been blessed to do in somebody's home and they trust me to come in, I got to show them that I don't just go in your refrigerator.
You're going to be respectful.
I'm going to be respectful until the day you say, quit fucking asking me and just go get something to drink. Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But that's it. But it's just, I think that most people get a good impression from me from being that way no matter where I go. Because that's how I was raised. That's how my mom raised me.
And I have to say, I've raised mine the same way.
That's right. Obey, respect when you're in someone else's fucking house.
Right.
So, you know, why I'm here, I'm in your country.
Right.
This is your state. I'm just a guest here. I just flew in to visit your wonderful country and your family and your people.
And I'm glad that you do.
And
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. Follow all of Tara's social media, but going to talkingtaboo with Tara.com. Also subscribe to this podcast and our YouTube channel.